play Dolphins fear season-ending surgery for Tannehill. 102 Jeff Darlington says the Dolphins still have to make a decision on how to handle Ryan Tannehill's injury, but concerned about the potential for surgery. 102 The Cowboys defeated the Cardinals 2018 in the Hall of Fame game from Canton, Ohio, and practices were in full swing elsewhere. In Miami, there's angst over Ryan Tannehill's latest injury. Meanwhile, the Jets' offense had a tough day and Bengals coach Marvin Lewis raved about a fourth-round pick. NFL Nation reporters recapped the day with what you need to know from training camps across the league. Miami Dolphins in Tom Brady's 40th birthday. Dolphins starting QB Ryan Tannehill went down with an apparent knee injury in practice. That's Patriots Dolphins irony for you. James Walker, ESPN staff writer. Tannehill's injury scare forces the Dolphins to consider fallback options in case the quarterback's knee remains an issue. Brock Osweiler played for Adam Gase in Denver and could be available. Colin Kaepernick. That could be tougher to envision in Miami after the QB wore a Fidel Castro shirt to a news conference last summer. Note: in 2012, the Miami Marlins suspended manager Ozzie Guillen for 5 games after his Castro-friendly comments led to protests among the large population of Cuban exiles in the area. Mike Sando, ESPN senior writer. Dallas Cowboys opened the preseason with a 2018 win against Arizona Cardinals. The starting defense allowed 2 touchdowns on the first 15 plays, but Kellen Moore and Cooper Rush threw a touchdown pass apiece to help the Cowboys leave with a Hall of Fame game win. What does it mean Jerry Jones can celebrate his induction off a victory? Todd Archer, ESPN staff writer. Jerry Jones' Hall of Fame bust will reside here forever. Todd Archer, ESPN staff writer. Dallas Cowboys opened the preseason with a 2018 win against Arizona Cardinals. The starting defense allowed 2 touchdowns on the first 15 plays, but Kellen Moore and Cooper Rush threw a touchdown pass apiece to help the Cowboys leave with a Hall of Fame game win. What does it mean Jerry Jones can celebrate his induction off a victory? Todd Archer, ESPN staff writer. Jerry Jones' Hall of Fame bust will reside here forever. Todd Archer, ESPN staff writer. Arizona Cardinals. The Cardinals dropped Thursday's Hall of Fame game 2018 to the Dallas Cowboys despite a strong first-half showing by quarterback Blaine Gabbert. Bright spots such as running back T.J. Logan, safety Budda Baker and defensive tackle Robert Nkemdish sprinkled through the game. Cornerback continued to be an issue for the Cardinals, with Brandon Williams playing inconsistent and Harlan Miller struggling during his return to cornerback from safety. Josh Weinfuss, ESPN staff writer. Tennessee Titans to match up to watch in Titans one-on-ones. Corey Davis vs. Logan Ryan. The rookie has won most of the battles so far, including this one. Davis said his lone goal is to start week 1. He's off to a good start. Cameron Wolfe, ESPN. Marcus Mariota discussing Corey Davis' impact on the offense. He'll have a better idea of how long hell without the rookie WR when the MRI on Davis' hamstring comes back. Cameron Wolfe, New Orleans Saints. The statue of New Orleans Saints and Pelicans owner Tom Benson was unveiled in Canton, Ohio, before the debut of the new Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium tonight. Benson donated $11 million to the Pro Football Hall of Fame, including $10 million toward the stadium, the largest contribution made by any individual in the Hall's history. Photo courtesy of the Pro Football Hall of Famer Mike Triplett, ESPN staff writer. Los Angeles Chargers. The Chargers were one of 3 teams to get an A in my draft grades. I love the class. First-round pick Mike Williams was my top-ranked receiver, and second-round pick Forrest Lamp was my top-ranked guard. Now Lamp torn ACL is out for the season, and Williams' back is out indefinitely. It's a tough blow to a team that dealt with big injuries last season. I thought they could be much better in 2017. Mel Kiper Jr., football analyst, New York Jets. This was one of those days where you wonder how the Jets will score points. The offense was horrendous, 10 sacks allowed, and Todd Bowles made the entire team run gases after practice. The quarterbacks had little time to throw. Josh McCown completed 10 of 15, but he was sacked 4 times. Christian Hackenberg, still working with the second team, completed 4 of 8. Bryce Petty 3 for 4 was sacked 4 times in limited reps. This was ugly, plain and simple. Rich Chimini, ESPN staff writer. Cincinnati Bengals coach Marvin Lewis raved about rookie Carl Lawson today, which is unusual for him when discussing a rookie. It's easy to see why. Lawson has been explosive out of his stance. Got into the backfield several times today. Lewis said Lawson wants to go 100 mph, and today he got into a scuffle with another player after his helmet was ripped off during a play. Lewis broke it up quick by asking Lawson, "Did he hurt you?" "No, then move on." Catherine Terrell, ESPN staff writer. Pittsburgh Steelers. The battle of camp has been Artie Burns versus Antonio Brown, and Thursday was no different. Brown caught the ball but was out of bounds, as Burns had tracked him deep into the end zone. Jeremy Fowler, ESPN staff writer. Through 5 days, the Steelers Stormtrooper has been signed by 34 players. Jeremy Fowler, ESPN staff writer. Philadelphia Eagles play of the day. Eagles receiver Nelson Agholor beats rookie CB Rasul Douglas down the left sideline and hauls in a TD pass from Carson Wentz. Agholor calls the entire offense to the corner of the end zone, has them line up like bowling pins, and spins the ball at them as they all fall over. Strike. Tim McManus, ESPN staff writer. Check out Eagles DT Tim Jernigan's Dodge Challenger SRT8, complete with an Orioles decal on the rear window. Jernigan fell for the ask during his 3 years with the Ravens. "My first ever MLB game was an Orioles game, so I just kind of got into it," he said. "I was like, man, that is the perfect color. That's Orioles orange. He'll throw a sticker on the back of this." Jernigan has been into cars his whole life. He used to own a Corvette Stingray and currently has a 64 and 72 Impala to go with this standout. Tim McManus, ESPN staff writer. Carolina Panthers defensive end Mario Addison arrives for lunch in his new training camp ride that apparently can set land speed records for an ATV. "That's a 1000 Polaris," he said. "It goes about 230. I've only gotten it up to 200. It's pretty fast." David Newton, ESPN staff writer. Cam Newton takes off on a bootleg to the right, runs to the end zone and takes a knee, getting applause from fans. Still a few running plays in his repertoire, but still not throwing, and might be a surprise if he does Friday night at FanFest in Charlotte. No need to risk injury to shoulder this early in camp. David Newton, ESPN staff writer. Overheard at camp today. Charles Johnson says fellow defensive end Julius Peppers should be a first ballot Hall of Famer. He said the 9-time Pro Bowl selection will always look freakish. When is a freakish guy like that ever going to look the same to you? He's always going to look like a freak of nature. He's always going to look abnormal to everybody else. That guy is always going to look freakish. I've seen him at 300 before. I've seen him at 270 before. It all looks the same. David Newton, ESPN staff writer. Houston Texans Bill O'Brien says Will Fuller's broken collarbone will not keep him out for the season. "He'll be back eventually," O'Brien said. "It's not a season-ending injury." Sarah Barshop, ESPN staff writer. Atlanta Falcons coach Dan Quinn working with his pass rush duo of Vic Beasley 44 and rookie Takk McKinley 98. He expects them to be terrors together rushing off the edge. McKinley showing speed and power coming off shoulder surgery. Vaughn McClure, ESPN staff writer. Minnesota Vikings play of the day could be Sam Bradford put a perfect ball down the right sideline for receiver Stephon Diggs, who had a step on cornerback Terrence Newman. Diggs caught the ball over his left shoulder for a 50-yard touchdown. Kevin Seifert, NFL Nation. Kansas City Chiefs 7-34 and coming off a torn Achilles. Chiefs linebacker Derek Johnson looks like he's as good as ever. He just got a great break to bust up a pass intended for Kareem Hunt in a one-on-one drill. Adam Tyker, ESPN staff writer. It had to happen sometime, and today was today for Kansas City Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes too. He threw his first interception during a competitive period at training camp. The interception, by rookie safety Leon McQuay, came after Mahomes threw the ball beyond his intended receiver, Marcus Kemp. McQuay earlier and dropped what would have been the first interception of a Mahomes pass. Adam Tyker, ESPN staff writer. Washington Redskins safety D'Angelo Hall's young twins DJ and Jaden got their own hitting in before practice, tutored by the father with Josh Norman watching. John Keim, ESPN staff writer. Indianapolis Colts offensive Rob Chudzinski is pleased with how veteran Scott Tolzien has ran in the offense in Andrew Luck's absence. Tolzien, who is in his second season with the Colts, has taken all the first-team snaps since April while Luck has been out rehabbing his shoulder. Tolzien will remain the starter until Luck returns from the physically unable to perform list. Mike Wells, ESPN staff writer. Baltimore Ravens quarterback Ryan Mallett had his best practice of training camp. He found the open receiver and was decisive with the ball. Mallett seemed comfortable and consistently hit players on the hands. There's still no word on when Joe Flacco back will return, but team officials believe he'll be back before the end of the preseason. Jamison Hensley, ESPN staff writer. Buffalo Bills with heavy focus on red zone in 11-on-11 drills Thursday for Bills. Tyrod Taylor has performed generally well. He's thrown 2 touchdowns to T. Nick O'Leary and 1 to RB Lezion McCoy. Taylor scrambled for what likely would have been a touchdown. There's no live tackling but was stopped short on another scramble near the goal line. Mike Rodak, ESPN staff writer. We use cookies to offer an improved online experience. By clicking OK without changing your settings, you are giving your consent to receive cookies.